this is Angie from Canterbury Farm, and today we are making creamy rice pudding in the slow cooker. I'm going to be tripling my recipe, but I'm going to give you instructions to make a single batch. We like to eat this for breakfast as well as dessert, so I usually double or triple it so we have some to eat the next day. So to begin with, you're going to need 3 cups of cooked rice. So you need to do that before you get to the stage where you're ready to make your rice pudding. So go ahead and cook your 3 cups of rice. Then you're going to add 1 chopped apple. I'm going to mix that in. Remember, I'm using a small size crock pot to begin with, and then you're only going to be using 3 cups, so your crock pot is not going to be as full as mine. You're going to need 1 cup of sugar. You can add any chopped fruit if you don't have apples or you have something else that you want to use up. You can add chopped peaches, chopped cherries, whatever kind of fruit you'd like to use. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. And I really wish my homemade vanilla was ready. If you watched my video on making vanilla. You're going to need 2 eggs. And you'll want to mix those separately. So I'm going to go ahead and put my eggs in a bowl and mix them up here. Mix some of that up now that I got some liquid in there and it's a little easier to mix up. Next you're going to need 3½ cups of milk. You want to go ahead and put your crock pot on high, or your slow cooker, whatever you want to refer to it as. Sort of wishing I would have used my larger crock pot. I usually use I have a great big one, but I was thinking about using the great big one for dinner, so I thought, well, I'll do the pudding in the small one, but now I'm thinking there's a reason why I use the big one. But you won't be having this problem if you're doing just the regular batch here. Put on the lid. I'm going to cook this about 3 hours. Sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. Since I have more rice in here, I tripled the batch, it probably is going to take the full 4 hours. So when you see it sort of solidifying, you know that you're reaching the end. And you can, put a spoon in there real quick and get yourself a spoon out, and if the rice has turned to a mushy consistency, then you are good. So we're going to plug this in and we'll come back and look at it when it's finished. Okay, it's been 2½ hours, almost 3, and the pudding is finished. And you can see that it some of the rice has softened and into more of a solid, and some of the rice is still discernible. So that's the easy slow cooker creamy rice pudding, and this had apples, and like I said, you can add any kind of fruit you want to it. It will change the flavor a little bit, but for the most part, apples, pears, peach will retain sort of the cinnamon will be sort of like a pie kind of taste to it. This has been Angie from Canterbury Farm, and I'll be sure to leave the recipe in the box below. Thanks for joining us today. Bye.